Hey, hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for dropping by. I really appreciate it. This is part of my extravaganza of vlogs. I'm doing 1,000 vlogs and I believe today is 61. I'll flash up a number here on the screen so you know what number we are at. 60, 61, 62. I will do that for you now, just about here. And I'm really enjoying these vlogs, by the way, and thank you so much for your assistance in helping me grow and being here for me and listening to my stories. So today, the marginal utility of money is to help you with your life. Money. It's not a friendly subject by any means, because most of us, including me, I don't have it. I want it like most people, but you know what? Most people don't have it. We don't. And it's a fact of life. And how we use money, there are different sort of types of money, isn't it? So that marginal utility that I was on about, how do we actually get money to help us in our lives? There are credit cards, there are mortgages, there are overdrafts, there are actual money in the bank. So we have like these credit notes, because I don't think too many people carry money around these days, not an awful lot. And some people really guard money, they really do, they live by it, they talk about it all the time. And that's fine too if that's their thing, you know. My thing happens to be cinematography and videography and enjoying life and seeing beautiful things like this behind me. And money in my life doesn't occupy that space where I continually think about it, unless I'm finding it incredibly difficult to live, which at times I've experienced. At times I've known what it's not been like to have money. At times I've just had £9.97 in my bank account. Can you believe that? But that's a reality for me and probably most people. And living in our overdrafts, paying the bank constantly money so that we can eat, drink, survive, put fuel in our cars, do all those kind of things, and I accept that money is majorly important to us and to our lives. Money is, it's the grease or the oil in the engine of life, isn't it? It makes everything work. And when you haven't got it, life is so horrible, guys, isn't it? It really is. And I don't think you would hear too many people talking about money in this way, but it's a fact of life. And, most of us, we get by, we do okay. And we are not rich by any standard. We are not, the Elon Musks of this world. We're not buying super yachts. We're not buying super cars. We're living a very functional life. But to a degree, I've got to be honest and say, I don't feel like I've lost out. I really don't. And I guess if you ask the wealthiest person in the world, I think they would probably say to you the same. They live a very modest lifestyle, given the fact that they could actually get anything or buy anything. And I think, true wealth is your health. I know that sounds very cliche, doesn't it? Talking about money here today. And, I mean, look, I can only reflect on, there are people that I've known that have really coveted money, who talk about money an awful lot. Money for a lot of people is, something to hoard, something to keep and carry on keeping. I guess it's the greed of humanity, of men or people, that I just think is, if we could just get away and live differently away from greed, it would be an amazing human feat for us to do that. We've all seen future programs like Star Trek or Star Wars, where money never seems to factor in anything in the future, doesn't it? And it may well be in the future we live that kind of lifestyle. And there's a different way that we actually barter, or we actually commit our lives to working without money being such a negative force in an awful lot of people's lives. And, in the UK here, the cost of living crisis, everything else having an impact on people's lives, money certainly means so much more, because so many people have so little of it. And I don't know, I just feel that, I just reflect on, my life growing up as a child. My mum was always scrimping and saving, trying to, get money. It was a tall order, and I was the youngest of 9. So for her to feed us all, clothe us all, keep us warm, it was a real chore to do, But she did it, and she really fought hard for it. And my dad obviously fought hard for it. And but I always remember, there are certain people that you meet on this journey of life that absolutely hoard money, even when they've got a ton of money. They won't do anything with it They will do anything to save an extra pound, you know, or a dollar or a cent, just so that they don't have to spend it. And I've never understood that mentality. I really haven't. And you find the most generous people in life are the people that really can't afford to give up that kind of money. It's really strange, isn't it, when you see the sort of differences between those types of people who have nothing, who give everything, and people who have everything and give almost nothing, and will save and do what they can to save that they're spending that extra cent, that extra penny, in order for them to keep that in their bank account. Anything they can do to save money and not give money out, not help money out, not help people. Yeah, and I think that's why we've got age-old stories, you know, like Charles Dickens, you know, where he wrote A Christmas Carol, and in that story, you know, there is Scrooge, who is a humbug, and yet he learns the vital lesson at the end of it, where, you know, the true gift of giving is actually miraculous. Now, you don't have to give away all your wealth. But you know what, in giving something to somebody else sometimes, it makes you an even wealthier person. Now, I know, again, you might think that's cliched, and maybe it is. Maybe it's a wistful dream of mine that you know, I'd love to be a philanthropist, somebody who helps people secretly without nobody ever knowing. And in the coming days on my Instagram, I don't have an awful lot of wealth. In fact, very little of it. But I have posted something, or about to post something, where I offer my time to help somebody. Now, I've offered 2 people to help them, and you know, I've done that. But I believe everything runs in 3s for some reason. So I put up a post that suggests strongly that if somebody needs any help, my time, if I've got a skill that I can help them with, I'll do it. If they want me to go somewhere, if it's in Plymouth, I'll do it. And it could mean anything from moving boxes to editing a video, maybe, or it could mean me doing something for them. But I'm not going to do it for money. Money is not going to factor in this. And I think it's important to make that definition sometimes, that, you know, on the run up to Christmas, December, it's an expensive time for an awful lot of people. So if you can give without giving, if you can do something without money, you can make somebody's life better just by having been there and done something for them, then that's not a bad thing. And to all the hoarders out there, you know, fair play to you, you know, save, be parsimonious in your lifestyle. But the true value in life is not about keeping it all for yourself. Sometimes life and the meaning of life is about sharing with other people. And I think there's true value in that. That changes us as people when we recognize and understand. And that's why there are things like charities around, you know. People give up their time to do things for charity, like running marathons, you know, like skydiving, like bike rides, you know, these kind of things. You know, money is a tool in order for us to get the experiences from life, because we cannot take it with us, you know, we just can't. So that's my little rant about money today. I just felt like, you know, I'm covering an awful lot of topics here on YouTube, and I'm loving it. But it just came up today about money. And I just felt like it was important to sort of, you know, pass that on to you guys. At least that's the way that I feel. And, you know, if you take something away from that, that's fine. And if you don't, that's still fine. It's okay. Anyway, as I've said, thank you so much for subscribing, and this is part of my daily vlog series, and I do it every day. So on that note, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, and as always, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. So look at this sun setting here. It's early afternoon, but it's setting here in Plymouth, but it's so gorgeous. So I'll leave you with that sight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.